And we are back, standing here in the University of King's College Library. Let's get back to the rest of our stories from our one-year Bachelor of Journalism program. I'm Ben Wilson, by the way.
And I'm Dylan Coutts, and this time we'll be starting with my story.
The 18th century is alive and well for some students at Dalhousie's Costume Studies program. Dylan followed a fourth-year student on her quest to hand-sew an authentic, historical gown.
Chloe Kinsman is very much a modern costume designer, but when it comes to historical garments, she says there's only one way to get it right.
Everything you see in museums and in paintings and stuff like that, everything they were wearing was made by hand.
That's the challenge of her graduating project, to create an exact replica of an 18th century gown using only traditional dressmaking techniques.
Once you start sewing with a machine, you can't control it as much. You can't really do those small details the way you really want them to look because the machine's moving so fast. So with hand sewing, I'm able to go back and work the fine details and make the seams not show as much.
It's a lot of extra work, but Kinsman says that sewing by hand can make all the difference, and her professors at Dalhousie's Costume Studies program agree.
Certainly it's important for theatres because that's really the techniques we use in theatre. If you go to Stratford, if you go to Shaw, the techniques you're going to use there in the wardrobe or in the costume department are the techniques that we teach here. They're the historical techniques because they're the best.
I really like hand sewing. Some people don't, but I really enjoy it because I think it's really soothing, and I really like being able to get the garment really specific and have those small details that you wouldn't normally get by machine sewing.
Kinsman says that she may have to cave to the machine come crunch time, but it's her goal to do as much as she can the old-fashioned way. For The Signal, I'm Dylan Coutts.
Our next story is about an older technology, but not nearly as old as that.
Film photography is making something of a comeback in recent years, and that's good news for one man who never gave it up. Mario Tarzoli has the story.
For Wesley Gold, old film cameras are equal parts engineering and art.
It's a fantastic assembly.
Gold owns and operates the Camera Repair Centre in Halifax, Nova Scotia. It's the last remaining camera repair shop of its kind that is east of Montreal. Repairing old film cameras often means taking them apart piece by piece. Gold is fascinated by the simplicity of these analog machines and the technology inside of them.
This is not involved. This is delightfully simple. You have your aperture, you have your shutter speed, you have your focus, you throw some film in it and you go.
Business has been picking up in recent years at the Camera Repair Centre, and Gold believes that it's the straightforwardness of film cameras that's drawing people in.
We see a lot of people come in and they'll pick up a digital camera and they'll look at it and they won't see icons on buttons, they'll just see little question marks. They won't see options and menus, they just see confusion. They're like, this is too complicated. I remember back in the day where I went out, I clicked that button 24 times, I dropped the film off, I got my pictures back, and life was simple. People are running back to that now. Dynamite in a frog pond.
For King's Journalism, this is Mario Tarzoli.
After a layoff, a lot of people have to retool their lives. Some are lucky enough to use their original skill set in a different way, as David Whitaker discovered at the Halifax Farmers Market.
Grant Clinch sells rings and other jewelry made from old coins. It's a bit different from his old life.
I came here to Canada as a machinist, and that's how I got my immigration. Mackay Bridge. And that's holding, so some of the bits on the machine are actually holding up the road there.
He had come from England to work, but the economy took a dive, and Clinch lost his job in the 2009 recession. With the change of thinking, he began turning old coins into rings. Some people trust him with their family history. One ring stands out in particular.
A World War I medal I did for somebody, and it belonged to one of their family who actually served in the war, World War I, had his name engraved on the edge of the coin, and that was a privilege to do that.
He gets a custom order every week or so, but most of his projects start at the local coin shop.
The coins I find are mostly in my local coin shop. There are some things I like to keep in here regularly, and there are some things that change from week to week.
Now Grant wouldn't go back to his old job. He runs his own business and is doing fine, creating art with coins too.
If you like to work with your hands, you might want to check out the Halifax Makerspace. Sean Wilson volunteers there because he enjoys helping others and reducing waste. Brent Kellaway got the full tour.
The Halifax Makerspace is Sean Wilson's second home. It offers a space for people to learn and work with different trades. Wilson believes that more people should get involved in making because it reduces waste. At the Makerspace, they repair broken household items and use mostly recycled material to create new things.
Certainly a large part of the maker movement is fixing things and repurposing things. There's a fairly large ecological aspect to it.
Wilson ensures that there is nothing thrown out after a project. If there is still life in something, it will contribute to something else. All of the tools within the Makerspace were either donated by their members or tools that were thrown out and repaired. A member of the Makerspace, Peter Spearenberg, loves that he can get his work done while reducing waste and receiving proper help.
It's woodworking, it's electronics, it's art, it's sound, it's, the whole gamut of making is sort of in microcosm in this machine. Yeah. So, just me in my basement, I would never get anything like this done.
Currently, members of the Halifax Makerspace are working hard on items for HalCon. Wilson has been working on wooden Lego figurines made from scrap wood that will be auctioned off and the money donated to the IWK. Wilson and the rest of the members of the Halifax Makerspace hope that more people get involved with learning how to fix things rather than throwing them away. For The Signal, I'm Brent Kellaway.
New skills are often the way to a new life. A woodworking shop in Dartmouth is offering free classes for people from a range of backgrounds. Allison King reports.
Lake City Works introduced a new 12-week therapeutic program this fall. There are 3 different classes. This class is for women, trans, and non-binary people. This is Candace Scott's first time instructing a course like this, but it's been going well.
With the first time you do anything at all, you're going to learn your mistakes, and then the next time will go much smoother.
Every participant works on one piece of furniture during the 12 weeks, and each class focuses on developing a new skill. This week, they are stripping their projects.
Well, it's a new skill that I've never had the chance to really explore before, and just knowing that other people here kind of have the same situation as I do it's more encouraging and less scary.
They got furniture donations from Dartmouth Heritage Society.
But the main priority of the program is for the participants' mental health.
They don't know where this program will go after the 12 weeks, but the participants are proud of their accomplishments so far. For The Signal, I'm Allison King.
Doing what you love and owning your own business is about as good as it gets. An independent hairstylist travels to homes throughout Halifax cutting and styling hair. She made a trip to Rebecca Butler's for a quick cut and a chat.
I am Rochelle DeLong, and I'm a mobile stylist, and I'm partnered with Cut. I always wanted to be self-employed, but I didn't know if I wanted to have a whole salon because I felt like that was going to take away from me doing hair. Last salon that I worked at didn't feel like my voice was being heard, and it was really frustrating. I just decided one day I just had enough, and I just jumped in. I get to choose my hours. I get to work as much or as little as I want. There's no politics. There's zero drama. People are just so much more comfortable in their own home. You know, people that are disabled or someone gets hurt and they can't leave the house, you can accommodate them. There's no stress whatsoever. I'm doing everything I've wanted to do without having the overhead, without having the stress of micromanaging other people. When you are growing personally and you're growing your own business, the success and the feeling that you get from it is much better than ever working for someone else. I don't think I've ever been happier.
And we're done. But don't worry, the other half of our class will be here on Thursday with stories about sports and technology.
Make sure to follow us at signalhfx.ca all year for more from your favorite host, me, Ben Wilson.
And me, Dylan Coutts.
We need to say thank you to the University of King's College Library for hosting us this morning, as well as our sources who were very patient with us as we completed our first video assignments. I know I'm very thankful.
Yeah, and to you, thank you so much for watching.